I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I've never had that happen to me.
What?
Where you get a headache so bad that you just feel like you're going to throw up all over the place?
I don't either, but I have to admit I've been in situations where I wish I had.
That's like,
I really don't want to go, and I don't want to.
but see, it's not convenient for it. It never happens in a convenient
Oh, of course
time and
not.
Like I'm driving down the road and it just hits me in the face like, oh!
Now I've been driving and had weird,
Like I had a mild headache. I woke up with a mild headache.
and it just exploded.
10, 15 minutes into driving, it explodes. And I'm just,
No, I had I've never had that. I have had like so you've experienced vertigo.
yeah.
Now imagine that.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Imagine that, but driving.
No.
Okay, no lie. So I was driving and a big truck,
Uh-huh.
and actually it was a tow truck, and I was making the curve onto Wade Avenue from Capitol Boulevard,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden,
The curve went straight.
worse.
Oh, no.
Worse. So I'm not lying. My vision, because when your vision comes from the sides.
Yeah.
It's your sides.
Yeah.
My vision went like that. I felt it go from the sides to like I turned my head.
No.
But I didn't turn my head. And then what made it worse, it went,
felt like this.
yeah. And then it became this extreme tunnel vision. Extreme. To the point, like I almost blacked out.
Yeah.
And it was I pulled over and I'm half panicking. I'm like, is this what a brain aneurysm is? I don't know. And
It's the first time he knew he had a tumor.
that was when I discovered I had a tumor.
No.
And after that, I had to sit there for like 30 minutes on the side of the road and pray to God I made it to the road. When I could start
Am I on the side of the road?
When I
I don't
started,
know.
yeah, when my vision came back, I'm like, oh, thank God I'm on the side of the road.
I'm not blocking traffic.
I
Thank
thought,
God.
because that's not the place you want to block traffic.
No, Capitol Boulevard intersection.
That Wade Avenue, that curve
buddy,
right
no,
there.
sir, that's bad.
Because people come whipping around there at about 45 or 50 and they don't stop for nothing.
You're just coming out from underneath the bridge. And, Oh, yeah, no. No.
It's bad.
No, it's not good.
So yeah, that was the closest thing I've ever had to a migraine while driving.
Yeah,
and that
no.
was scary enough.
That's scarier than what I had. I mean, I just had a badass migraine. That
Dude,
just-
because I was just jamming. I'm in the truck. I'm having a good day. It
Yeah.
was pretty outside. And all of a sudden, I make this turn. And as the truck turns, my vision went sideways. And I'm like, what am I doing? What's going on? Why? I don't ever recall the curve being this sharp. What is going on? And yeah, and then it was rough, man.
Well, the Peekaboo wants to make sure we're all included. So he's like, I experienced vertigo. Also, North by Northwest, The Birds, and Psycho. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, I was wondering how long it was going to take someone to go that route.
But no, really. So, like, migraines suck.
No, they do.
I mean, your vertigo's a lot scarier, but migraines, like, I've never in my life have I ever had something to where my head hurt so bad that my stomach decided to curdle.
Yeah. No, I haven't had that either. I've had it bad enough to where I've attempted to possibly smash my brain against a brick wall.
Yeah.
But never have I.
Well, no, apparently-
never have I ever.
This is stuff that happens to
gotten
my wife all
sick.
the time.
Yeah, and I know of people, like I've known her, and there's other people we
Yeah.
know of, and I've always, my heart seriously goes out to them because I cannot fathom that kind of thing to just wake up and all. The girlfriends gets that sometimes.
I had to call out, dude. It pissed me off so much. I was like,
Yeah. Well, no, the girlfriend has that, and it happens from time to time, and I've never experienced it, so my heart doesn't sincerely
I've
goes
now-
out.
I've now experienced it, so
I feel bad, but
I know how you feel, and I'm going through it.
I
went through it. I'm okay now. Well, actually, no, I still have a mild headache.
Did you take anything for
I've
it?
taken stuff all day, bro.
Did you have coffee?
Yes,
Huh?
and I have more.
Have you drank any water?
Yes. Also, juices to get sugars.
Yeah, then I don't know what else to tell you. Maybe you got a tumor too. Who knows?
Maybe I don't know. I've also eaten. I've had regular food.
Yeah. Nah,
Like after my stomach decided to settle, fine,
when you can
I
ingest
came
food.
home and just passed out. I was like, I forced it. I was like, no, I'm going back to sleep, and I'm not doing it. Nope, nothing.
I've never had a problem falling asleep with a headache. Like I've had migraines, but I've never had them
I'll-
like bad.
It'll
That bad.
take me like 15 to 20 minutes at
Oh
least.
dear God, no.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
I could sleep anywhere under any conditions. It's like, oh, my head hurts. Close eyes. Go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Just go.
Oh yeah, I wish I could do that. I mean, I can do that for most situations, but that because it's like a physical right there, and so I close my eyes and suddenly everything feels like the headache.
I just close my eyes and start imagining I'm in a club.
Well, because this was. Well, the bad part is, so this is one of the ones that like,
That way,
You know-
the character's walking around and drink.
and you're just trying to go to sleep in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is actually the sound. That's the heartbeat pumping the blood
Exactly.
through. And that's the bad part is like this one was like like every time I moved, my blood pumped slightly faster,
Oh, of course.
and then it went, and my brain went. I was like, ah, stop.
You want to stop breathing. You want to stop all of it. It
Just
it's bad.
anyway, that was a migraine, and
So that was your day.
that was my day. Literally, that was basically my entire day was just dealing with a migraine. And
nice.
I'm okay. Yay.
That's okay. I was
Maybe I'll go back to work tomorrow.
attacked by a rat today. Some bitch clawed at me.
Dude, one of the guys say, so we do like the wire hanger, basket hangers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, so we modified some wire hanger to make a water drop, to make a waterfall from
Yeah.
one wire hanger down to a
Another
ladder rack.
Okay.
And so the
God, I
ladder
hate
rack was
them things.
the wire hanger originally was just like one solid piece, and we brought in a couple extra pieces, and he cut the support struts and then just bent it, mm-hmm. And so it became just a nice solid waterfall. Well, apparently while they were finishing pulling cable and doing stuff and getting things readjusted,
Oh no.
he's fine.
Well, yeah, but
It hurt.
I'm sure
And then-
he needs to be careful. He's going to suddenly have COVID.
right? No, apparently he's already had it.
Doesn't matter.
He's already had it. So he's
Nowadays,
fine.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's cool. Anyway, speaking of
Speaking of COVID,
that's funny that you bring.
the joy of having yesterday off.
We got
which
to
we
see
did-
a
it-
whole
it's-
bunch of stuff, man.
You know, we couldn't have internet to broadcast the show, but we had internet to at least look at, from our phones and watch.
I had phone stuff.
We had phone stuff, and
Yeah.
and so we got a couple of videos you're going to love.
Literally. So some guy in a transfer truck yesterday came down my street the wrong way.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
And this time, because I have a speed bump right outside of my house,
Yep.
this time it went by just fast enough, and it was just tall enough to where it knocked out the coax. Not for my house, but for the neighbor's house, but it messed everybody up.
Yep, it drug everything down, and
Yeah.
It's
so they had to refix that. Whoops. Also, there were storms yesterday. Pretty terrible.
Yeah, it
Not
was-
so great.
so. But anyway, we
All
found,
that, yay.
we have vidges,
We have some vidges.
lots of good ones.
Funny stuff tonight. We're going to get to that. Oh, yeah. It's good. I
This
think,
one, speaking of COVID,
yeah.
and the
What are you talking about?
stupidities
This has
thereof.
nothing to do with COVID.
No, it doesn't.
This has
but
nothing.
I feel we've used these same arguments in the COVID situation.
You may be right. This has nothing to do
It
with
doesn't.
COVID. Absolutely nothing to do with COVID. I repeat
doesn't.
again, absolutely nothing to do with COVID. What's absolutely nothing to do with COVID?
The hell are you doing?
This is from that JP guy.
Oh yeah, Awaken with JP.
Yeah, that JP guy. And I just want to kind of throw this out here. Yeah, we're gonna play the whole thing because it's great.
What are you doing? Here to do a little swimming. You gotta wear a life jacket or else you can't come in. No, I'm good. Thank you, though. Life jackets are mandatory. Mandatory to wear a life jacket when you swim? And when you're not swimming, too. Why? Cases of people getting wet are going through the roof. It's a scary time. Put it on. But that doesn't mean they're drowning. People get wet every day. It's part of life. 0.0001182% of all people drown each year. That's practically everybody. So put on a life jacket. That doesn't make any logical sense. I'm not putting one on. I know how to swim. I've had swimming lessons. Oh, swimming lessons? You think those exist? So what, you just think your body has this natural ability to traverse through water in a way that keeps your head up so you can still breathe? Yeah, it's called swimming. Never heard of it. Flotation devices are backed by science. You don't believe in science? I do. It's just, I know how to swim. You're kind of being racist right now. What? Look how his life jacket is keeping him from drowning. He's just standing in shallow water. Put a life jacket on now. You're putting everyone at risk of drowning. How am I putting everyone at risk? Their life jackets won't work unless you have one on. Does his life jacket work? Yes, very well. Then why would he need me to wear a life jacket when his life jacket already works? We have to protect the protected swimmers from the unprotected swimmers. But aren't they already protected? Yes, very well protected. So they should be fine. They would be, except they're not very well protected because of you. Look, you gotta put one on or you can't go in. This feels creepy. So where would I get one? Oh, I'm selling them right here. You're selling life jackets? Yes, of course. So you're demanding that everyone wear a life jacket while you are selling life jackets? Yes, for their protection. And they have to buy the life jacket from you? Indeed. Don't you think that's a conflict of interest? No conflict of interest that I can think of. How much money have you made this year from life jackets? $27 billion. Seems like you're more interested in making money than keeping people safe from the... You're an anti-science, anti-life jacket, climate change denier. With cases of people getting wet going through the roof, I'm gonna need you to buy a life jacket from me and put it on, or else you'll never have access to swimming pools, showers, rain, or drinking water ever again. You're treating me like I'm the enemy. If you're concerned with people drowning, shouldn't you be treating water like it's the danger instead of treating me like I'm the danger? Your body's made up of 70% water, so you're basically a ticking time bomb. Put one on. Buddy, you are the last person I'd want to take direction from. You're so pushy, it's creeping me out. You're like the Harvey Weinstein of lifeguards. Thank you. But look, just today, a man up the road died from drowning in a head-on collision car accident because he wasn't wearing his life jacket. Wouldn't he have died from the car accident? A bottle of water was found in the car. Counts as a water death. That doesn't make any sense. God works in mysterious ways, and there is no God, so you'll need to obey me. Oh my God, he's drowning! Help him! Sir, please get out of the pool and put this life jacket on. He can't get out, he's drowning! Grab the edge of the pool, it's right behind you! Just reach for it! No, that's not an approved method of protection against drowning. It's quite dangerous, actually. Just grab the edge! Do not do that, it's unapproved. For God's sake, just grab the edge! Could we censor him, please? For your protection, do not grab the edge. Help him, your lifeguard! Okay, I will. You should have put a life jacket on while you still had the chance. You're kind of getting what you deserve.
Wow.
Look what you did to him, you monster. This never would have happened if you had a life jacket on. Now put a life jacket on. Okay. Now that you're fully protected, enjoy your swim. I'll need to see proof that you're wearing a life jacket. Show me your papers. Does the light hitting my muscle from this angle make it look good?
Yeah.
I love it. That is fantastic.
Oh,
But nothing to do with COVID.
nothing at all.
No.
No.
I thought it had the same ring to it.
It had a feel.
I thought it did.
It had a feel.
But I was wrong.
Yeah, nothing at all.
I was completely
no,
wrong.
no,
I
that had nothing to
apologize.
do, absolutely nothing to do with the. CNBC host confronted Dr. Anthony Fauci recently about his frequency of so-called breakthrough COVID cases in which people are fully vaccinated. See, the public health official has been touting the efficiency and efficacy of the COVID-19 vaccine for nearly a year now. The vaccine, they're mostly more effective than first believed. So that's what they say.
Allegedly.
Thank you. Especially considering scientists developed a vaccine less than a year ago after sequencing COVID-19's genetic code, surprisingly, which they got from China, who happened to have it on hand.
Isn't that convenient?
They just happen to have it. It's a weird thing how that happened. Anyway, the government's pushing vaccine mandates, but with governments pushing vaccine mandates, breakthrough cases in which fully vaccinated peoples contract the COVIDs seems to be increasing frequently.
Okay.
So that begs the question.
Does it?
How can you force people to get the vaccine if significant numbers of people that are contracting the COVID are fully vaccinated?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a
If
woodchuck could chuck wood?
Sally sells seashells by the seashore. The exact number of breakthrough cases, in fact, is not known because the CDC stopped tracking the data in May.
In May.
Yeah, so they still track if somebody has had COVID,
Yeah, but they're not checking.
but they don't check to see if that person also has had the vaccine.
Huh.
So the CDC doesn't know if the CDC card that people have is actually used at all for any purpose whatsoever at all. Yeah, so there's that.
Wow.
The agency has continued, however, to track the hospitalizations and deaths among fully vaccinated crowd. As of September 27th, the vaccine reported the 22. You know what? I hate how they do this. They got all these numbers and everything else in there, and half of them aren't right anymore. And I'm just gonna have to pull up the.
You got to go look.
I've got to
We
go.
have to do our own
I've got to
homework.
do the CDC number thing, checking, and all the rest of it anyway. So there's that.
Isn't that nice?
They said as of September 27th. Is that what they said?
Yeah.
20
You want to throw that up on the
Hold on.
thingy? That's
September.
August 7th.
August, September 21st, 28th.
28th.
Yeah, so there's that. That's how many got caught in it there at the time. Sorry, per 100,000.
So about, what, 500,000?
Yeah,
Give or take?
right around 500,000,
Give or take.
give or take. As of September 27th, the CDC reported that 22,115 patients with COVID-19 vaccine breakthrough infections were hospitalized or died, except for they supposedly stopped tracking the numbers of which ones were actually breakthrough cases and which ones weren't.
I hate how they call it a breakthrough case when it's not a breakthrough. You
The
can't.
vaccine is not a vaccine. Can
Yeah.
we just stop? It's not a vaccine.
It's not a vaccine.
It's not a vaccine.
Vaccine, for all intents and purposes, is it's immunization. It is you take this, you don't have to worry about nerfing.
Nerfing at all.
Period.
And it pisses me off that I'm going to have to start using things like InfoWars because it's actually correct.
Don't start. I don't want to.
It's actually correct, though.
I don't want to.
He has the documents and they're
I know.
real.
I know.
They're real.
That's what makes it suck.
pisses me off.
For once, he's actually right, and
It's not for once. He's actually been right for a long time
I
now.
know.
and
But
it's-
his problem is he's crazy.
Yeah, he comes across as really crazy. And it makes it very difficult to utilize anything that he says.
You know, frogs turning gay and all that jazz.
Right.
I don't want to.
I
don't want to adult anymore. I want to go home.
You guys made Alex Jones correct.
Jackasses.
Why?
It's not fair.
Makes me upset.
It's just not fair.
It's not right.
I don't appreciate this, sir.
During the interview on Closing Bell on Friday, host Sarah Eisen confronted Fauci
Okay.
about those breakthrough cases, asking him if the government is being, quote, too casual about the limitations of the vaccine. Eisen was asking because she contracted COVID-19 despite being fully vaccinated. She said that the virus had recently spread through her entire family.
Again, it's not a vaccine if you're getting sick.
So
It's like the flu shot. The flu shot is not a vaccine.
right. Here's the funny thing about the vaccine, right? Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'll save it because you'll hear it. You'll hear it later. We have another video.
We have
that we're
more
gonna-
vidges.
We have more vidges. We're gonna Project Veritas released a vidya, and we're gonna go through that as well. Anyway, so you'll hear about it then. In response, Fauci cited that the data that they said unvaccinated people still remain most vulnerable to hospitalization or death from COVID, and the vaccination projects the vaccinations protect most people from severe outcomes if they contract it.
But that's not what a vaccine does.
That's not what it should do.
Vaccines don't just... so stupid. I don't...
It's not what it should do.
No, and I can't anymore.
You can't even?
I can't even. Can I get off this ride, please?
Negative. Sorry.
Please?
Nope.
This has got to be my stop.
Nope.
It has to.
It's not there yet.
It has to be.
It's not there yet.
It's not fair.
Yep. I know.
Damn it. I don't like it.
Oh, Jiminy Cricket. So, yeah, Eisen pushed back, noting that the CDC no longer tracks breakthrough cases. Eisen asked Fauci directly, quote, how do we know that breakthrough cases are happening to a small proportion, and how do we know that they're trending to be mild? Fauci, however, did not directly answer that question.
Shocker.
Instead, he promoted booster shots. Booster.
There you go.
More. The second. Did you know that Israel has already gone through a second booster shot?
Yeah.
It's
It's worked out great for him, hadn't it?
Israel has had a second booster shot already.
Isn't that great?
This thing's only been out for a year.
Isn't it great? A Brewster shot.
A Brewster shot. We need a Brewster shot.
We need a Brewster.
Brewster shot.
At least one.
Coffee brew.
Is it? Oh, that. I got you now. Gotcha. How is your Brewster shot?
It's delicious.
Is it delish?
It is. Soon to be back on the website, the Defender's Light. Over to megapredaroasters.com. Just so you know,
Keep your
it's
eyes
also
out for
going to
it.
be less expensive.
And better tasting.
Oh, it's so good. Anyway.
Es muy bueno.
Yes. This is kind of how it went. So, in answer to your very appropriate question about
Oh, God.
if you get vaccinated and you get infected, is there less of a chance that you will be transmitting it to someone who is unvaccinated if someone is who is vulnerable, which she didn't ask.
She didn't?
No, that's not the question she asked. It's not the question she asked.
Weird.
I know, right? The chance of doing that are diminished by being vaccinated. And even further diminished according to the preliminary data. We'll wait and see the real fundamental core of the data, but it looks like that extra added of protection. He meant to say added layer of protection from a boost will be valuable. If you look at the people who have died from COVID-19, overwhelmingly 90% of them are unvaccinated. Well, that's because 90% of them died before the vaccine came out.
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't help.
Jackass.
90% died before the vaccine came out.
But, hey. I mean,
90% of the vaccine, of the COVID-19 deaths, might as well be the same thing now.
might as well be.
They died before the vaccine came out.
Kind of how the numbers work. I mean, I'm not a math guy, but at the same time, I kind of am. Because I can do that.
Yeah. You could do that.
I could, and I
You
did.
You did. You done did it.
I done did the done.
You did done good, son.
Done did it.
Done did it. Done.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Beep, 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 beep. Dylan wants to get off the crazy COVID talk, Jet. That's a negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
Oh, yeah, don't forget the CDC changed the definition of vaccine to cover the jab. Well, that's all we're doing nowadays, is changing definitions of words to fit.
Right.
So that way we can get away with whatever stupid crap.
Yeah,
we want.
which is why what JP put up has nothing to do with COVID at all.
Nothing
Nothing
whatsoever.
To do. No, nothing.
Not even a little.
And we're probably gonna get censored for just having his video up,
I don't care.
but I don't care.
I don't care.
I hope he doesn't care either, because we're sharing it to you guys. Because
I don't know. We'll get
we're sharing it to everybody.
Producer needs to message him and tell him that we used it.
Hey, we used your stuff so that we could share your story because it was hilarious.
Send him a message, Chris. Tell him that we used
Tell him
it.
come on show. We can talk
that'd
to
be a
him.
good one too. If you can do that, go ahead. And I don't think you get
It's
him.
probably
but
not, but
at least tell
maybe.
him,
I mean,
at
he
least tell
seems
him,
like a pretty
hey.
chill guy. He seems like a pretty chill
Oh
guy.
no, I'm sure
Honestly,
he is, but
I mean, honestly speaking, he seems
he
pretty
probably
chill.
is.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree. He probably is.
And then the "I will not comply" hat. I mean,
I
that's
like
funny.
that.
That was good.
Very good.
Bada good.
Beg your pardon. What?
We'll get to it on the other side.
Oh, okay.
That's good. I like it. It works. Making my way downtown, walking fast.
Faith is passing homebound.
This is Defenders Live.
Dang it, Chris over there on the Twitters. Oh my God, the left's gone so crazy at Dylan Lyles. Math makes sense.
I know, it's scary.
Surely a side of the apocalypse.
I know. Behold, the end is nigh.
Dylan makes math. See, one letter makes all the difference. That's all.
It's all it takes.
One letter.
One little thing. That's it.
Oh, geez. You know,
That's
we
it.
might as well get through all of this stuff.
You want to do the
because-
other video
Yeah,
too?
I'm gonna
Let's do the other
the
one.
other video because we need to get through all of this. We might as well take care of it on the first run, and then we'll get through. Oh, there's so much other crazy. So much other crazy. So Project Veritas just released a video
Yeah, they did.
talking to the Pfizers.
The professors?
Yeah, the Pfizers.
Pfizers.
Yeah, obviously undercover. Obviously, you know,
Obviously.
recording things and stuff without them knowing.
Of course.
While they're sharing drinks. So
Because that's what they do.
they're undercover. That's what they do, and that's what they get in trouble for. And we enjoy it, and we all benefit from them getting in trouble. So here we go.
Inside portion of the actual virus, so your antibodies are probably better at that point than the vaccination.
Nick Carl is an experienced biochemist at Pfizer with a history of working in the pharmaceutical industry.
Hold on.
Nick admits to our
Hold on,
undercover
just-
journalist that those who've had
What?
COVID
Just for a second. He was a bioengineer. He was. I guarantee you. That's some
He ain't there
bitches-
anymore.
He's working at Walmart now. I guarantee it.
have stronger immunity than those who've received the Pfizer COVID vaccine.
When somebody is naturally immune, like they got COVID, they probably have better, like not better, but more antibodies against the virus. Because what the vaccine is like I said, that protein that's just on the outside. So it's just one antibody against one specific part of the virus. When you actually get the virus, you're going to start producing antibodies against like multiple pieces of the virus. And not only just like the outside portion, like the inside portion, the actual virus. So your antibodies are probably better at that point than the vaccination.
Did you hear that? Did you catch that part? I mean, anybody watching the video, you could have read it as well. But did you catch that?
Your antibodies are better.
The vaccine only carries the antibodies for the outer casing of the virus. There are like multiple layers to the virus.
Is it like an onion?
It is like an onion. A virus is like an onion.
Which means the virus is like an ogre.
Right. It's many layers.
Okay.
Right. Takes a lot to break it down. That's all. That's what we're saying. And so if you get the vaccine only has the outer shell.
You know, the outer candy shell.
Right, the candy coating.
The candy coating.
Right, to make it go
goes over
down
the
easy.
chocolate, yeah.
Yeah. It only carries the candy coating, only the outside shell. So that's it. It's like what was that? It was the Advil or whatever that started doing the candy coating.
Yeah.
Advil. It's Advil. So you got the medicine on the inside, and then you got the little candy coating on the outside to make it easier to go down.
You know, because sugar makes the
World go around.
medicine go down.
Yeah, a spoonful of it.
A spoonful. Wow.
Usually. I mean,
Depends on what you're taking, actually.
yeah, it really does. But
Some stuff is just... Ugh.
So all it has is the outer coating, right?
Okay.
Okay, so if the vaccine only has the outer coating,
Okay.
and you actually get COVID, that means you now have the antibodies not only to the outer coating, but to the inner layer and to the core.
Because your body kind of
Had it
knows
all.
all of it.
Yeah, it took it all.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. And it came out swimmingly.
Phantasmagoric.
So they're saying, while it can help from causing too many problems because you're already killing the outer coating, your body still has to deal with the inner core and the inner layer.
Hence where probably the quote-unquote variant comes from.
Right.
Because it's not tackling all of it.
Right. It's not tackling it all. And so now you have another problem to where your body actually is still catching COVID, just not all of it. So what? This is Pfizer. Scientists at Pfizer telling you flat out, the vaccine does not stop COVID.
Well, probably an X.
Yeah,
I still believe he's
X. Well, there's multiples of these guys. So ex-COVID scientist now telling you COVID doesn't.
current Walmart greeter.
Well, soon to be current Walmart.
Shopping cart fetcher.
Right.
Poor
Works
guy.
at Pfizer.
/
Letting you know.
Route 21.
Letting you know via hidden camera over terrible microphone setups because
Well, but it's
It's
hidden.
background noise. I get it. You can't really change that.
Not for hidden.
Not for hidden camera. So letting you know that if you did get if you have immunity from getting the virus, you are much better off and much safer because now you're immune to it.
Well, but we knew this, though.
We knew this.
We knew this.
But that's just, yeah,
we're smarts like that.
right.
But don't take his word for it. Two other Pfizer scientists echo the same sentiment.
The same.
Well protected? Like as much as the vaccine?
Probably more.
How so? Like how much more?
You're protected most likely for longer since it was a natural response.
We're like bred and taught to be like vaccine is safer than actually getting COVID. you cannot like talk about this like outside in public. If you have antibodies built up, like you should be able to prove that you have those built up.
I mean, I still feel like I work for like an evil corporation. They're trying to keep track of everyone that's been vaccinated versus the census of how many people are actually reported. Basically, our organization is run on COVID money now. You don't talk about anything that can possibly implicate you or like big pharma. Even if you shut the door to the office, it's kind of like, who's listening?
I specifically have like, oh god, I signed NDAs against this.
The government doesn't want to show that the darn vaccine is full of shit.
It needs to be a registry of the people who aren't vaccinated. That's sounding very dirty. I'm gonna go door to door instead of everyone, oh, it's just your booster shot.
Don't get the Johnson.
I didn't tell you that.
She didn't want to take it because of her religious beliefs. She was coerced into taking it. They are not reported because they want to shove it under the mat.
Oh god, I signed NDAs against this. So your antibodies are probably better at that point than the vaccination.
You're not wearing a wire, right?
No, it's just a camera. I know it's not as funny, but it's funny to me.
Oh no, I thought the same thing. Honestly, I said no. I'm not wearing a wire. I just happen to have a video camera.
No, but there's a camera in my wallet.
I didn't have to say that.
I answered nothing.
But you get it that guy, once they opened up about it, it's like, oh crap, I signed an NDA about this.
Cat's out of the bag now, Chief.
I think that was at the beginning because that's the same guy that was shoving cake in his face.
I know.
So I think that was at the beginning.
The only
before
thing
he shoved cake in his face.
The only thing that has me wondering is for this whole thing, how did they get these people out and start talking so freely? Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of people who probably, are working there going, this shit sucks.
Right.
This is not right. And that's probably true. But to be able to find them and then them be comfortable enough to say something without, as he said,
it's called being a female with a couple drinks.
Yeah, but I don't think the other, that's what I'm asking. Was it like, is it a date? Were these people dating them?
No, they literally went and talked to him.
I got that, but do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
how did they fish them the first place? How did they hook them in the first place?
I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know how they hook these people, but they've honestly, guys, you got to go check it out. The video is it's on.
You
there.
mean you didn't want to spend another
10 and a half minutes?
10.5 minutes?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I mean, we really could.
Because
But
there's a lot in there, dude.
there's so much in here. But I don't want to take it all from there. It's at Jake Coco on the Twitters. Jake Coco on the
Might do
Twitters.
a screen grab and post it up later.
Yeah, here you go. Actually, here. Boom. At the Jake Cocos.
No, I didn't mean that way, but sure.
No, they can do the screen grabs themselves
No,
now.
I was talking about
Sure. I mean, we can just retweet it.
or that too.
I mean, we are here. I can
You can
retweet.
like literally instantly. There you go.
With a comment if I wanted to.
Do it.
Boom. I retweeted it already, so we're good. All right. So I retweeted it out there for you guys. It's a link up to their video. It goes on. It's about 10 minutes. Yeah, it's right at 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So go check it out. They have so much more than
At DOA Show on Twitters.
I just retweeted it out, so it's there.
Enjoy.
There's so much, man.
It's
There's just so much of this crap going on. It's like this. So,
you just kind of.
I'm just deflated about it,
I know. Well, but it's because we're watching this and people aren't standing up to it.
It's not only people aren't standing up to it. It is literally every major government official that tries to, I'm talking about the president. Also,
everything from the president down.
Also, the Australian prime minister. I think it's prime minister or president, whatever. Is it prime minister or president of Australia? I don't remember.
I think they have prime minister.
Okay, well, whatever she is, her and 5 other people worldwide that are supposed to be the apex, leader of the worlds and they've all talked about having a quote in the new world order.
Yeah, I know. Well,
no. No.
I know.
This is why I can't not go and look at the Alex Jones crap now.
No, I know. No, I got
because it's been pushed too often.
I got that. But to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. Paid attention.
To be fair.
To be fair. They've been using words like New World Order since George H.
Not this way.
Yeah, no, yes, this way.
No.
Yes, this way.
There is literally a part of the bill that $3.5 trillion bill that it raises the, he said he was going to induce a fee
Labor?
or a tax on businesses that have more than 100 people.
Yeah.
And it would equal out to be a certain amount, whatever. And people got all pissy about it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So in the new bill, it just like quadruples that number.
Of course.
That price, that tax.
Of course it does.
If your people don't have the vaccine and you're a business with over 100 people or whatever, it basically makes it impossible for you to run a business without having people being vaccinated.
Of course it does. Because, I mean, why would you want to allow people to have the loopholes and have the ability to think and, be self-sufficient and independent?
And I got you where you're saying, they've been saying New World Order since so and such and so and such. But honestly, this feels more like it.
Well, but I get
with
what you're saying.
everything going on, with everything happening.
I understand.
The way that it's happening. The fact that it took over 2 years and they locked down everyone for a year.
But again, I would argue that's mainly because of the fact that people have sat here and went, oh, no, we need to do this. Because I've had this conversation with guys at work.
Yeah.
I would argue, and I could be wrong. I don't obviously have the means to test this out for sure. But I am confident in saying that 85 to 90% of all Americans across the entire nation.
Sure.
Okay. If you could get them to have a conversation without feeling attacked, without trying to attack.
Oh, yeah.
A real, honest conversation.
Yeah.
We would find out that everybody pretty much agrees and believes the same thing.
Close to it.
Okay?
Yes.
With some variances, but for
There's
the most part,
some variable.
And I'm saying believe the same things. How we get to, certain things might be the difference. But all in all, we all can point back and sit here and go, we all believe the same things. We all believe it's, murder's wrong. We all believe all that stuff. We can go down that line. Okay? I forgot where I was going with that. I just had
sitting people down, having conversations.
Yeah, before
we
that.
all agree.
What did you say before that?
I was talking about the New World Order bullshit.
Yeah, I know. How did I put those two together? See, this is what
scaring everybody with the COVIDs.
The tumor. This is what happens.
Yeah, this is how it happens.
Damn tumor. ADHD is a bitch. Anyway,
it'll come back in like a half a minute.
Come back on the break. It'll be like, son of a bitch.
That's where it was.
Anyway, that I believe that we have that many people. I'm gonna just run with it and we'll figure out what happens when we get there. I'll pull a Michael Scott where I'll just start talking and have no idea where it goes until it gets there.
Eventually, it gets there. Yeah.
It'll get somewhere.
Yeah.
But no, the majority of people actually agree with the same kind of a thing. Again, how we get to that point might be different, but all in all, we can all agree. And that's why everyone went through and was willing to go through the lockdowns and the shutdowns, because everyone, again, at least in America, I don't know how
the rest of the world, I
can't speak for the rest of the world, but at least in America, majority of the population, because we're all virtually the same, we just don't want to admit it, will sit down and go, all right, well, I'll do that. I will do that to help out people. I'll do that. If this is what little thing it is, that's fine.
It's a little sacrifice.
It's a little sacrifice. We'll get through this.
Yeah.
But the problem with it is they've lied to us from the beginning.
Yeah.
It went from 14 days to flatten the curve to 500 and X days. I don't know what the hell
until whenever
they are.
we decide to flatten it.
Yeah, whenever it's done. Then it was, all you got to do is wear a mask and we'll be fine. Well, no, now it's just not any mask. Now it has to be, what is it, the N95s?
Yeah.
Well, no, now that you just don't worry about that. It can be any mask.
You should triple mask now.
Yeah, I went through this whole variations with the mask. Pause there for a second. Let's go back into 2019 and into 2020 when they were trying to come up with the vaccine then, and every single politician on the left was like, absolutely not. We're not going to take this thing. It's going to be dangerous. Blah, 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 blah. And then now...
It was created by Trump.
And here we are on the other side of the Trump era, and every single one of those people that are completely against it before are now like, no, you have to have it. We're going to take your job. It's that kind of bit now.
And then when you say, well, don't you remember that Trump created it?
No, they ignore you.
They'd be like, what are you talking about? This is created by Pfizer, or this is Johnson & Johnson. They made this. Yeah, but Trump was the reason why it got made.
Yeah, it got started that way, you jackass.
It got started by Trump, so you're not going to give Trump his due on that one, or are you just going to be all like...
I don't even care about that part. It's the fact that they openly stood there and were, no, we will not do this. We cannot do this. This is, how dare them try to force this on you. It hasn't been tested. It hasn't done anything. 2022 and Joe Biden's in office, and now it's, no, this is all fine. Take it now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to preface all this by saying, I don't care if you get the jab or not. I don't care what you...
No, I don't care.
I don't care.
Go ahead.
This is the way I explained it to this kid I was working with today, and he is a kid. God bless his little heart. But this is what I told him. I'm like, the problem with it is I have enough respect for if you feel that that is what is best for you and your family, knock yourself out. I do not fault you. I do not hate you. I do not have any problems with you.
Yeah.
All I'm asking is the exact same respect in return. If I choose not to do it, and I have, then I would appreciate the same respect that I have done what I think is best for me and my family.
Right. I got you on that one, dude.
And nobody,
I'm
but
there.
that's where we get hung up. Normally, we would do that.
Yeah, but now we can't.
We can if we can get past this BS, where we can start having, stop listening to the lies and actually start piecing the things together and saying, wait a second, this is not right.
Yeah, but we aren't, because of all the bull crap that's being pushed into the media and everything else. Because of those things, you have a whole litany of different laws and dictates and mandates that are getting pushed through and making it harder and harder for people not only to have conversations one-on-one, but even to have a conversation at all.
Oh, no, I agree. I completely agree.
I mean, we can fight for that all day long.
That's why I was actually happy that Facebook went down the other day.
For 7 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for 7 hours, people actually had to talk to
No, they
another.
didn't. They just stared at their phones and in awe.
No, and I got that.
They just yelled at Facebook for being off.
I was hoping it would have gone longer.
They went on Twitter and yelled at Facebook for being off.
It scares me that in 7 hours they were able to scrub everything.
I know.
In just 7 hours?
In just 7 hours,
That
they were able to
scares me.
scrub all of their crap that the whistleblower was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, if you don't...
That bugs me.
Okay.
Yes?
Hi, Facebook. You're probably going to ban us now.
I don't care.
If you, out there on the social medias, think for 1 second...
Just one idiota.
That Facebook and Instagram going down at the exact same time and then coming back up at the exact same time after a whistleblower came out
just a
few
coincidence.
hours before
is
just complete coincidence.
It's totally coincidence.
No.
No? Are you sure?
No, you can go to a lawyer and ask this question. Hey, if you have evidence and your evidence is based upon the digital signatures of all of these things, if I get a subpoena to get them to hold all of their evidence so that they can't get rid of it, but it takes me more than 24 hours to get the subpoena, would it be legal for that company to go ahead and erase all their stuff prior to? They would say yes, and more than likely, if you go public before you get the subpoena, the answer is they will.
Yep. That's how it happens.
It only took 7 hours for them to completely get rid of all of their protocols and bullshit that they used to do what they did.
Isn't it great? I mean, that's quick, too.
It only took 7 hours.
That bothers me.
That's some good tech support.
Well, when you're the creator of the
I mean, that is some really good tech
largest
support. For such a huge organization.
No, I agree.
With all of those backups, with all of that extra stuff, with all of that cloud system, with everything that they've got going on.
Yeah, but
that is a huge undertaking for 7 hours.
Yeah, maybe. But if you think about it, though.
It's like, don't you think that they would have at least booked out a whole day?
Nah. No. Think about it. This is Facebook, dude. Those cats have got.
They live and breathe off the fact that they're on 24/7.
Well, I was gonna say, I would almost bet that they have, what's the way? How would I describe it? They would have like a fuse, like a back door, like a button that's like, you know,
shut it down.
The destroy all button. And it's gonna be attached to everything. It's just one of those, you know, and it'll be attached to all these different codes and stuff. So all I have to do is go in there and go click and it's gone.
You would think that, but I don't think so.
No, I do.
Most people don't think like that.
No, and I got that. But if Facebook is as shady as this whistleblower is trying to make it out to be, which
then they probably do have something similar.
Then I would not. Yeah, I wouldn't put me. I wouldn't.
I mean, the fact that Facebook itself has never actually been hacked.
I know.
Only accounts. Get that. Only other people's accounts have been hacked. Facebook has never been hacked. Verizon has been hacked, but Facebook hasn't?
Never.
What?
Isn't that great?
Facebook itself has never been hacked?
No. Because they're...
You got to think the white hacker level in their
they're amazeballs.
Oh my gosh.
They're just amazeballs.
They got to be huge, bud.
Right?
Oh.
It's the
security system there. Out the ass.
Massives.
Uh-huh.
Just
saying. But yeah, that's not the only thing, man. That's the problem. Is that I get the whole person one-to-one thing and how we do it here in America, and you know, you could probably get somebody to sit down and talk with and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is every other country plus our leaders have actually had conversations to come together, and they've stated out loud in public, not just behind the scenes, oh, the New World Order, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
In public, well, in the New World Order.
Yeah.
Talking specifically about the vaccinations.
I know. But
you
can't.
And.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. The vaccine card is not just a vaccine card.
No.
It's a carbon tax tracker.
Which again, I'm going to go back to...
They want the vaccine card. They want the vaccine card on your phone so that they can then track where you go, what you do, what you spend money on, everything.
I find it funny that, and I feel like I've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
It's funny how they want to go carbon neutral.
You can't go carbon neutral
on a planet that is highly, you know,
it's carbon. Everything's carbon based.
I was going to say carbon based.
Everything's carbon
You're
based.
You're a carbon based life form, but you know, we need to be carbon neutral. Shut up.
Right. Yeah.
You jackass.
We are a carbon based life form. That means everything that we do affects carbon.
We are not the
everything.
World. Yeah. That you literally are carbon. Like
yeah.
Everything about you is carbon.
But also everything about everything else. Carbon.
It's all the little things. It's
literally.
It's just so stupid, dude.
It is actually all the yes. It's all the things.
Dumb. It's so dumb. And I want this to stop. I want people to wake the hell up.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because people are too woke to wake up. They're already woke, bud.
I know.
When people are already woke, you can't wake them up.
Yeah, but still.
It takes a shock to the system.
I know, and that's...
And I mean a shock to them personally, not to the system at large, to them personally.
I had a thought, and I don't know how crazy this is going to make me sound, but, you know, if Alex Jones is right, then it can't be too far off.
Yeah, right.
I wonder... I wonder. I was thinking about it. I don't
know what you mean there, Dylan.
In the shower the other day, I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder. You know, there was.
You gotta be careful in the shower.
I know.
Chemicals in the water.
Turns the frogs gay. No, I was thinking. You know how people like. Why was Walking Dead so popular?
The zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, why is a zombie apocalypse? You know, everybody keeps referring to that with all this attachment. Why do you think the zombie apocalypse is such a big
add on to a lot of it? So you have you have post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
Okay, you have post-apocalypse. You have rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
Like these are the huge things in societies overall. Like in Asia, it's both a zombie apocalypse and rebirth.
Yeah,
stuff where you come back to life in a totally different world where everything's different.
Yep,
and the whole thing. and you get a brand new life. All right. But you go zombie apocalypse, rebirth, mechanical apocalypse where everything's mech.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
We know what you're looking forward to.
I'm just saying, it's pretty cool. Anyway. I like Big Mechs.
It's going to be good.
It's pretty good.
So bad. I'm just saying, my brain says that the reason why I think a lot of people are kind of longing for that.
Yeah, they want a restart.
That restart.
They want the
sadly,
restart button.
Yeah.
We live in a generation that just lives off of restart.
Well, but sadly, the only way to have a restart is something at the level of a Walking Dead situation.
Or a full New World Order thing.
No, well, no. Once it hits New World Order, we're done. Jesus is coming back, and
that's the whole deal, right?
You know, it's over. Yeah, at that point, it's done. So
yeah, we'd have to have a zombie apocalypse, or
have some American Pride Roasters coffee
and just calm down.
Yeah, go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com for historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. The world is very chaotic and insane, but at least you can be confident in the cup of coffee you put into your mouth every morning.
Yep.
Go to
American Pride Roasters.
American Pride Roasters. I almost said Mojo 50. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Soon to be back in the store, Defenders Light. Defenders Light. It is a great light roast. It's amazing. You can also go to Mojo50.com. That's where you can find all the hosts in the Mojo 50 Radio Network. You can also find us and everybody else on the iHeartRadio app when you hit the Mojo 50 Radio button for 24/7 free speech talk.
Yep. Go to our website, DOAEshow.com. Check out the archives. Become a Defender with us. The shop, all that cool stuff's over there. All the social media's at DOA Show. We'll be right back.
Had to speed up my talking for a second.
Yeah, I lost track of it. I was like, damn.
Sorry, I had to pull a Ben, pull a Shapiro. Word vomit.
All the small blit.
Oh, Jesus. Golly. We did an entire hour on
the COVIDs.
Well, no. The first half hour was definitely not on COVID. It was on pool regulation. Swimming.
That's right.
Yeah, swimming regulation on that one.
Swimming. It's all about the swimming.
Right.
All about the swimming.
All that swim vest. Safety vest first. Remember that, folks. Safety first. Mm-hmm. It's all you, bud.
You sure?
Yep.
Yep. Damn sure.
Told you. I did. I got a little extra. It really is a good cup of coffee. God, that's really good.
I know.
I'm so glad he's bringing that back.
I likes it a lot.
So good.
I like it a lot.
Like, I like the flavored coffees, but sometimes you just need a really good cup of regular
Joe.
Yeah, just delicious coffee.
I agree.
Oh,
I completes agree.
totes my goats.
Totes my goats. Totes my goats.
Chris. All the small things, atoms collaborating. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
No, it's an extra syllable in there. I get what you're going for.
Say it ain't so. That's literally what he put, so I'm just going with it.
Yeah, the Gates Foundation is a bad place.
Yeah, it is. He owns over 200.
We are stardust. We are golden. We are a billion years of carbon.
Yeah.
Got to get ourselves back to the garden when the world's biggest protest band knew this.
Yup.
Yep.
You're all just beautiful snowflakes.
Buggity buggy.
Perfect individual snowflakes. All of you.
Oh, but not individual. Stephen quit choir in his 7th grade.
Never was in choir, actually. Although I did do a quartet for a while in high school. That was good.
I
It was
could
fun.
see that.
It was good.
I could see that.
It was so good. I need to get that audio. I need to see if I can find that audio.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I know. I gotta dig up old connections via Facebook to go get that.
I punched a U bracket today.
Why?
By accident, pulling cable. Coming around a corner, and they're supposed to have the little rubber caps on there.
Oh, yeah.
And this one didn't have it, and I held it, and I went, pow! Just like that, dude. And then I punched it again the other direction with my thumb. Look, that one.
That hurts.
Yes, it does.
That hurts so bad.
It does. Like all the worst ways.
Yeah, it hurts.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Oh my goodness.
Sean over there on the Facebooks, he's had a litany of things. Yeah, work your way back through it, Dylan.
Yeah,
you can do it.
I
Promise you.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. No, you don't understand. You just sometimes it just goes to hell.
Gone.
And I can't get it back. And it just
Yeah. He also asked, Stephen quit choir in the 7th grade? Well, if you go by everybody else's standard, I'm still 12, so
the answer to that is yes. Except for he was never in choir.
Never in choir. I did do what is it? What'd you call it? What do we call
Quartet?
it? Quartet. Yeah, I did do a quartet for a bit. Also, in a high school trip to England, I met up with another high school altogether.
In England?
Yeah, we were in England. Well, so we went to England and then Scotland, right?
Okay.
Because they were doing the Fringe Festival, which is a giant
thing.
It's a giant 2.5 month summer festival of just plays and performances and everything else.
Okay.
They bring high schools from across the world they actually sponsor them to come down.
Okay.
Ours happened to make it.
Okay.
Funny enough, our high school made it off the backs of my sister's generation.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that was nice.
Yeah, I know. I was like, so thanks, huh? Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, sis. You got me into Scotland.
And my life has never been the same again.
It's been amazing.
Don't you know?
Actually, so the funny thing is I got to meet a person that went to school with my sister there because he lives in Scotland. So he's Scottish.
Yeah.
So he lives there.
Okay.
And he was in our high school for a year, like as a transfer student or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they'd done school for a year together. They were like, "Don't forget to take a picture with this guy. He'll catch up with him and meet up with him." It's like, okay,
sure.
And I did.
And so you got your picture.
I got my picture with him. I was like, "Hey,
aren't you happy?
I'm the younger brother of a person that you knew."
I don't know if you remember this person or not, but
I don't know if you remember my sister or not, but here's what she looks like. Oh yeah. Younger brother. Hi.
Hello there.
She wanted me to get a picture with you. Anyway. But no, so there's other high school. We're all staying at Edinburgh University.
Of course.
Because it's summertime, so nobody's there.
Okay.
So we're staying in all the dorms.
Okay.
Because of the Fringe Festival. And
yeah.
it's like a week at a time. Basically, everybody cycles out.
Yeah.
You know, you go to England for a week, and then you go to Scotland for a week, and then you cycle out, and next set comes through.
Oh, must be nice.
It was. It was pretty cool. So there was another school there with us and everything else. And I randomly met them.
Okay.
Walking out and about in the area.
Nice.
And they were walking and marching themselves and dancing and singing. And I was like, all right, I'm going to join that people.
I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do that with Dims. Because at the time, I did that a lot because I was weird.
It works.
Yeah, I'm not. It's good times. It's really fun.
I've never got to like the closest I ever got to choir. I did do like actual choir at church, but it wasn't the same.
Oh no, this was like drama people musical stuff.
No, and I got that, but I didn't get to do
But yeah, so we. I'm sorry.
I didn't.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to.
We got together and we found a room, and they recorded this.
Okay.
And it was 5 of us, so it was more like a quartet. But I actually got to do all of I got to do harmonizing and beatbox.
Actually, you know what? I lied.
It was fun.
I lied. When I was in the Navy, one of the things we would do when we were underway.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and in the military, you smoke. That's just what you do.
In the Navy.
Yeah. You're a smoker or something of equal
or a
lesser.
joker.
Not a midnight toker.
That could get you kicked out.
It will, actually. They frown on that. But no, so you can't obviously smoke inside the ship, so you had to go outside. Well, the only way outside, you had to be on the lower ends where they would, tie the ship up, the mooring line and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so we would be out there. And I don't know what happened or how it got started, but there was like 4 or 5 of us, and we just randomly just started doing songs. And before you know it, we had people, like a huge gathering of people coming out, and
everybody was
making, doing requests and stuff like that. I actually had my picture in the ship's paper with the other guys.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's kind of this. So that was the one part of doing drama that I really enjoyed.
Well, yeah, because drama,
well, not only that, it's just there was competitions and stuff.
Yeah.
And anywhere there was a competition, there was also a whole bunch of other schools.
Of
and
course.
anywhere there was a whole bunch of other schools, there was at least one that was doing a musical thing. And they were always just sitting around singing stuff. And I was, what? I'm into singing stuff. So I'm walking over there.
I'm going to be part of them.
So there was this one time.
At band camp?
No, actually, it wasn't band camp. At a competition. So one of the girls that was also in the drama department, she got tired of me going to other schools and just hanging out.
You're supposed to be here.
Yeah. So instead of doing that, she decided to pull it on her acting chops.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because I was standing in the middle of a group of 7.
I don't know. This is
7 female.
This is your story.
7 female drama students.
Okay.
I was standing right in the circle with them.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only male vocalist in the group.
Makes sense. Actually.
I was going through. It was fun, and so I was there doing that. She decided to put on her acting chops, and she walked over there, cut straight into the center of the group, and started berating me like she was my girlfriend.
Wow.
I mean, dead on.
How many times have I told you?
No, like almost grabbing by the ear thing and starting pulling me. Yeah. I went with it. I went ahead and I acted it out too.
Because why not?
Why not at that point? Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
It's funny though.
It just makes for a good scene. And it was great. It was fun. It was so much fun.
I've did that before. I kind of did something like that once.
Mm-hmm.
I was in. I'll find the picture later. I was in Hong Kong,
right?
And it was me and another guy. It was me, another guy, and then another guy and his girlfriend. So it was 3 guys and 1 girl, and we're all hanging out.
Yeah,
and we're walking through a mall in Hong Kong, which for me is funny because I'm tall.
Yeah.
And at the time I was really skinny. So I was really skinny, really tall.
String bean.
I was. And I don't know. I don't know what happened or how it happened, but thank God. This is why I love those people. So we were all walking, and the couple was in front of us. And me and the other guy, the single guy, were in the back. And we were talking junk back and forth, messing around. And the guy, I said something to the other guy.
Uh-huh.
And he kind of pushed me like that.
Right.
Well, I was close enough. We were near this giant, column thing in the middle of the floor. So I kind of acted like I ran into it.
Uh-huh.
And I hit the floor. Like that. In front of all of these Chinese people. Without missing a beat. The girlfriend turns around and runs over. Oh my God, what did you do? Her boyfriend looks at the other kid and goes, now, how many times have I told you not to pick on your little brother? Again, these Asian folks have no idea what the hell's going on. And so it just became this thing. So I got up and she's rubbing my face. She's like, are you okay? Is it right? Anybody's me. It just ran. That's just what it became. Spent the rest of the time in the mall acting like I was 6, 7. We were looking for a present for a friend of ours for her birthday. And she was also getting ready to get out. And so we found this Tigger that I swear to God was about 4 feet tall.
Nice.
And I walked around that mall
with a giant Tigger.
Like a 5-year-old. Had him like clutch, choke holding that sucker.
Had the neck of the Tigger.
The neck of it, and that's it. And I'm just walking with him. And we went into the store that was like all these lights. It was really cool looking. And all of a sudden, I just threw it down. Like a little kid does. We're like, oh, lights. And I'm over there looking and touching. And she's like, now don't touch stuff. Don't you touch stuff. Again, all of these Chinese people going, what the hell?
What is up with this American?
Yeah, it was good.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Oh, that's so good.
Good times, great oldies.
Take it, Chris. I was weird, says Stephen Airy. So glad that's changed.
And then I met Dylan. Oh, no.
So glad that's changed. He also has actually
Right?
at Dylan Lyles karaoke, actual Dylan Lyles karaoke on the naval ship. YMCA.
Shut up.
Beef in the SAV chiming in the Navy? Singing songs with a group of guys? Pictures published?
Yes.
We get it. You were proud of your service.
Shut up. At least I wasn't straddling a 40 millimeter cannon, okay? In fishnets. Shut up and leave me alone.
I think that's a Cher reference. I'm just going to leave
It
that alone.
was a Cher
I'm just going to
reference.
leave that one alone, all right? The young Frankenstein over there, also known as or Frankenslug, excuse me. The young Frankenslug. When I was in Korea,
If I could turn back time.
I wouldn't because you're creepy. The young Frankenslug. When I was in Korea, I was once accosted by a drunk Korean who accused me of stealing Korean women.
What?
The woman I was shopping with bitched him out in Korean. That I was a chick that came from the slug.
You mean a slug?
Yeah, that you were the slug, which means that you can't abduct women. Was he trying to say that you were trying
that
you had yellow fever? That's what he was trying to say.
Which is really weird. I was in Korea.
Well, being a banana slug, it's kind of weird to say you have yellow fever.
Because you are yellow.
Right. It's awkward.
It is.
It's just really.
We're
doing this really because we don't want to talk about the next set of stuff.
I
It's
don't.
Really, golly, we got to, though.
Do I have to?
Yeah, we should. We really should.
Are you sure?
We've wasted half the half hour.
So?
It was a good story, though.
It was.
It was a good story.
I thought so.
Yeah, so Attorney General Merrick Garland announced on Monday that he had dispatched the FBI to help address an
Allegedly.
disturbing spike, end quote, of harassment, intimidation, and threats of violence, end quote, against school administrators, school board members, and other school personnel.
We talked about this last week. Because they were whining and pouting. Oh, it's going to happen. I don't want to happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In a memorandum, the Garland said that Justice Department is, quote, committed to using its authority and resources to address the alleged threats and violence.
Allegedly.
Merrick Garland, however, did not specify which threats they were talking about.
Of course not.
Quote, in the coming days, the department will announce a series of measures designed to address the rise of criminal conduct directly toward school personnel. Coordination and partnership with local law enforcement is critical to implementing these measures for the benefit of our nation's nearly 14,000 public school districts.
Jackasses.
To this end, I'm directing the Federal Bureau of Investigation, working with the U.S. Attorney, to convene meetings with federal, state, local, tribal, and territorial leaders in each federal judicial district within 30 days of the issuance of this memorandum.
So stupid.
So the FBI is worried about violence against school board members.
I didn't realize it was our responsibility to, protect them.
Well, what's really going on is that people are yelling at school board
Yeah, well, how dare they?
members
I mean,
because the school board is doing a whole bunch of bullshit, and the adults and parents are like, no, we told you no. You're still doing it. We said no.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to have speech. You're not allowed to have a say when it comes to when it comes to anything.
Yeah.
At all. You have to shut your mouth.
Yeah, you can't speak up.
You can't. And that's just I'm hoping and I'm praying that these guys, these FBI people,
yeah,
like actually
do their job
properly and stand
The right
there and
way?
go, yeah, they're not doing
they didn't do anything
wrong.
wrong. Yeah.
Because it's not to stand there and hold somebody accountable for doing something wrong is not terrorism. It's not a domestic threat. It's not a hate crime.
Quote, this is from the NSBA, National School Board Association. Coupled with the attacks against the school board members and educators for approving policies for masks to protect the health and safety of students and school employees, many public school officials are facing physical threats because of propaganda, purportedly the false inclusion of critical race theory within the classroom instruction and curricula. It's false. The false inclusion. The NSBA also urged the government to classify the alleged threats as domestic terrorism and hate crimes.
Yeah. See, because again, they're trying to keep people from speaking up.
From being parents. They're trying to keep parents from being parents.
But they're doing this across the board for everything. They're doing it with COVID. They're doing it with this stuff.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is they're trying to scare people into shutting up. And the problem with that is too many people are going to go along with it.
Also, there are a lot of people that aren't.
No, I know, but there's not. I don't think there's enough.
I don't know. Now?
Would you, all right, seriously, you do realize that
at this point,
what the actual charge, and if it held, of being a domestic terrorist, you realize what that carries?
I mean, yeah.
The level, yeah, the level.
Life.
You're separated from your family, the level of that. And for what?
For speaking up against people trying to teach my children
you're right.
something that shouldn't
That's
be taught.
it. But how many people for a second are going to go, yeah, no, it's worth it? Like, really? No, I know you would. I would. I don't know of a whole lot of people who honestly, gun to the head, moment of truth, would actually go, yeah, screw you. And would and say, hit me with whatever you want to hit me with. You're not going to get away with
I'll
this.
find a good lawyer.
Well, you won't be able to have one of those neither.
I'll find a good lawyer.
I'm just saying. That's how they're trying to do it.
If Saddam Hussein could get out, I could get out.
Well, he didn't. He got hung.
After so long.
He was hiding under a rock.
But still, he got out of the country.
Well, barely.
But he still got out.
Barely.
I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just saying. It's a lot of people don't want to get hit with this stuff because of the stigma that follows after it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's way too big of a thing. They're like, well, I could just keep my mouth shut. How much of it is actually going to change? That's how they're going to go with it.
I know.
Portland police said officers responded to a report of someone pounding on a door at a restaurant at the 1500 block of Northeast 103rd Avenue just before 1 a.m. on Thursday.
They were hungry.
Yeah, just a tad. The restaurant's dining room was closed, police said, but employees were still working the drive-thru.
Okay.
Police officers, along with Enhanced Crisis Intervention Team officer who specializes in crisis communication. Let that sink in for a moment.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. Remember, they don't have, like, they're transitioning. They're not going to have just police anymore. They're trying to get rid of police.
I didn't know they were transitioning. I thought they were just gay.
No, they're transitioning.
Oh.
They tried to talk to the man, according to the police. The ECIT officer used de-escalation techniques, including giving the man time and space.
Time and space.
Which sounds like a science fiction novel.
Right.
The police wrote in their report, he remained uncooperative, so police backed out and monitored from a distance.
Sir, we will give you anything. We will give you time and space itself. Please back away from the door.
And
I
obviously,
give you the gift of my breath.
It doesn't work. It obviously doesn't work. Soon the man broke the restaurant's door using a rock, quote, roughly the size of a grapefruit, end quote.
That's a brick. That's
And
not a rock anymore.
He got inside the establishment, according to the police.
That's great.
With that, employees hid in a freezer room to get away from the man. Cops chased the suspect inside, but he barricaded himself in a break room, which that's a hell of a break room.
Is it that good of a break room?
If you can get locked in there like that, that's a hell of a break room. I don't care what anybody says. That's fantastic. So officers evacuated employees, got down to negotiating with the man.
Did what?
Yeah, they negotiating with him. Well, to get him to come out.
Oh.
You know, because that's what you always do. Once they barricade themselves, you always do the negotiating. You bring Bruce Willis in.
Yeah. Right.
You know, you find out.
And then he says,
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
And everything goes
So
to
officers they evacuate him. Quote, after a lengthy communication period, an officer used a sledgehammer to break a window to allow another officer to deploy pepper spray.
I'm gonna be a sledgehammer.
I'm gonna be the very best. Okay. At that point, police said the suspect surrendered. You know, it's kind of weird that the whole situation, they were trying to do this whole new age, well, let's talk to the guy.
And it just made it worse and worse.
And nothing got resolved.
Yeah.
But allow the police to do what they need to do, which is shatter a window with a sledgehammer and throw in some pepper spray, and suddenly things get done. It's weird.
I don't know how that would work at all. Like, why don't I just throw some pepper spray at him, you know?
Why did they just spray it on the door?
Why did they wait? The guy is literally beating down the door with his bare fists, banging on the door, scaring the crap out of the people, trying to break in.
Because it's fun.
And you can't just pepper spray him in the face and say, get down, please.
Sit down, little boy.
Stop.
That would be good. Police said that Anthony Bellamy, 38, was treated medically and booked in the Multnomah County Detention Center on charges of second-degree burglary, first-degree criminal mischief, both felonies, and second-degree disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor. During the incident, an officer was cut with broken glass, police said, adding that he was treated and released at the hospital.
Okay.
Twitter users reacting to the news were none too pleased with Portland police.
No.
Quote, the police in Portland are useless, end quote, one commenter said.
Duh.
Quote unquote, criminal privilege, another user declared.
Also true.
Gave him space, question mark, with another commenter asked. This is the police force that the moronic leftists want. Counselors to use warm, fuzzy approach to harden criminals. Even if they are forced to arrest them, they have they have a fund to pay their bail. What nation can survive without Leos to enforce its laws? End quote.
I mean, it's true.
He's got a point.
Yeah,
there.
you got to get that law enforcement officer in there.
He kind of makes
to actually enforce the law.
Yeah, mocking the police. Mocking the police report's description of the officer's tactics. Another commenter suggested, "quote Americans should slowly back away from paying taxes." End quote.
Only in Portland, I guess.
Right?
Right.
I'm just saying, I'm kind of there.
Yeah. Well, you know. Then we'll all get arrested for tax fraud.
But what are you worried about? They're not going to arrest you.
Well, they will arrest us.
Oh, that's because we don't live in Portland.
Yeah, and we also we're not leftists.
That's true too.
Yeah. That's after I took out my $300 and
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm actually pretty happy.
Nice. I can see that.
It's nice, right?
It is.
Actually, no, this is even better. Look, check it out. You wanna know why that's really good?
No. What did it start out as? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
I might need to get jumped on that.
I mean, if you do, you're not too far off from where I started, honestly.
Yeah, I'm going to throw something
But
at
like,
it.
look, it peaked up at there.
Oh, yeah, I saw y'all talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that stuff for long-term stuff. You don't do it for...
Yeah, I can't do the short-term, like, quick sale back and forth.
I can't.
I don't spend enough time sitting here watching the thing to sell and buy and all the rest of it at the exact right time.
Mm-hmm.
I do this. I do the Coinbase stuff for long-term. And by long term, at least it's at least a few years.
Yeah,
it's like I put a little bit of money in at the very beginning, and that little bit of money has now gotten me to a pretty good point. I mean, I'm not making millions or anything, but it's nice to look at. It's like $300 equaled out to be quite a bit now. But that's just because I do long term, and then I pulled out the original investment.
Yeah.
And I reinvested it into other areas.
Yeah.
And that's been making me a little bit plus APR. I'm actually getting APR off of coin.
Weird.
That's awesome. I'm getting 5% APR off a coin. It's like I should put more into that one stock of coin, but I haven't yet.
I need to start dumping something. I really want to find a good compound interest account.
This is Defenders Live.
Honestly, this is so that APR I was telling you about.
Yeah,
that's from F2.
Is it?
Yeah. So if you have Ethereum, right?
Which I don't.
If you do though, you can. If you get Ethereum, you can transfer it over to Ethereum 2. And Ethereum 2 has 5% APR, and it is compound interest. It's 5% APR on the crypto. It actually is, it's constantly going up. It's 5% interest cumulatively. It's literally like per second. It's not 5% per second, but it's a cumulative. You can watch it go up.
Yeah, no, I see it going up.
It's ticking. And it goes up and goes up, and it's compounding. And then, like, once a month, it gets dropped into the US dollar coin.
Okay.
And it just keeps on recycling in.
So it's Ethereum 2?
Yeah, Ethereum 2.
Hold on. Let me move over here and see what I can see.
Actually, I have more in the dollar coin than I had before.
Did you?
Yeah, I do now because
I
I moved everything over to Ethereum. And apparently, like, it's been transferring a little bit back. Anyway, it's nice. Like, most of what I have is in Bitcoin, but if we're talking about
I got rid of.
But if you want
APR,
but if you want APR, Ethereum 2 actually gives you 5% APR, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Like
It's not bad. I mean, it's not the best, but if you're talking about, you put in $500 and
Yeah, but you're going to be hard pressed to find anything with
5% or more. So
anywhere.
Well, yeah. Well, you can also investing is a good thing that you should do, and you should get at least $1,000 in the bank before you throw it into something for it to actually be anything worth your while. But once you do, you find a good growth stock mutual or something that gives you minimum 12%. If you don't have 12% on 12% interest on the investment, you probably should look away from it. Find something else. If you don't have any investing at all, like if you have no investing at all, nothing invested, you take that $1,000 that you're not going to use it for anything, you throw it into an investment that's at least 12%. People say, what?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So you go to Ethereum, and then it's like, stake your stuff in Ethereum too, and it gives you percentage and whatever else. It's pretty cool.
So you
buy Ethereum, and then you transfer it over to Ethereum too. Yeah, it's like a coin to coin trade.
So I'd have to get it here in order to get it to
right. Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to buy Ethereum for you to transfer it over.
That's horseshit.
Sorry, we're talking about Coinbase stuff. It's actually not that bad.
No, it's not. I need to get on that stuff because
But even that, I mean, all I'm ever using is the money that I've already put into it.
Well, and that's my thing is like I've well exceeded my investment.
Original investment.
Yeah.
That's all I'm using is the money that I've already originally invested. Other than the one, like I went and put $20 into Shiba Coin.
And that's what I'm going to do that too here.
Because I put, I threw $20 at Shiba Coin. It was still like 0.000007.
Yeah. No, I know.
And now it's like doubled. Yay.
Yeah. No, and that's the kind of stuff you jump in on. I don't know.
I mean, it's hard pressed to even get it to a cent, and even harder pressed to get it to $1 as far as the market value goes. But I don't care because even if it gets close.
Yeah. Well, for me,
every zero that it drops is an exponential growth for the number.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I want to be able to retire. Like my dad, God rest his soul, did not retire.
Yeah.
He worked until he physically couldn't work anymore and then sat for 2 years at my brother's house until he could get disability. You know what I mean? And I don't want that. I would like to be able to hit a point where I could look at the girlfriend and go, okay, we could retire now.
I just would like to be able to do this full time.
No, that would be nice too. But I'm
mean?
talking about even if I don't get to.
Yeah.
It would
at least
be
want
nice
to be able to retire one day.
Yeah, I would like to be able to, and I'm not talking about I want to make millions so I can sit on my yacht. And
well, you'd have to have at least 2.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
But in today's society, 2 million means nothing.
I would like to have, hopefully by that point, and I should, I'll own a house, and it'll be close to being paid off, and then I just kind of sit back and just live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I want to be able to do.
TechRoo over there on the Twitters. Ethereum gets you APR coffee? Wait. Also Oblivion flickering. So even Wall Street gives you American Pride Roasters. No, the other APR, not the coffees. Although I see what you did there. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Sean over there, I see no retirement coming. Yeah, it's so once again, like I talked to Dylan about this, and I'm actually
you're gonna have to help me with that tonight.
I am writing a little booklet, and I'm putting it together because it's something that I've read over multiple different books, and it's the same formula. And some guy posted a different version of it on the TikToks. That's what you sent me.
Yeah.
I watched it, and it's good if you have
thousands of dollars.
If you have the control to be able to do that, and most people don't.
No, I know. I don't understand half of what he's talking about. I know parts of it, but there's the rest of it I didn't have a clue.
It's the 1, 2, 7.
Yeah.
1, 2, 7 formula, and that's all I'm. It's about controlling your money. 1, 2, 7. You pay, and it goes like this: 1/10 to you, immediately.
Okay.
1/10 to you. You pay yourself first with every dollar that comes into your house.
Shouldn't you be tithing that?
No.
I'm just saying.
Not first.
I don't know. Bible says first.
Bible says first. That's sure. If you want to do that.
First fruits, man.
First fruits. There you go. Sure. But 1/10 to you.
Okay.
Okay. And then you have 2/10 go to extreme bills like
car payments.
No, not your car payment. No, that's part of your everyday balance. It goes to like if you have outstanding credit card debt.
Oh, okay.
If you have debt.
Oh yeah, the bad stuff.
Yeah, like credit cards, hospital bills, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
You throw little pieces at that every pay period up to 20%.
Okay.
Or at least 20%. Okay.
Okay.
So at least 10% goes to you. At least 20% goes to your extreme debt.
Okay.
And then the 70% you live off of.
Okay.
You live off the 70%. So every other bill, everything else, your food, all of the rest, 70% you live off of.
Okay.
Okay. I'm writing a booklet about it because nobody knows. Nobody thinks about it. It's not a thing. If you do that, it's small steps, right? 10% is small. You will not remember that you even did it.
Yeah.
You throw it in there at the very, very minute that you get a check, basically. Hey, I got a check. Boom, 10%. You'll forget about it. You'll live off of it, no problem. You pay your extreme debts, 20%. That's it.
Okay.
70% you live off of. So for the rest of the 2 weeks or for the rest of the week or whatever that you're doing, however you get paid, you live off the 70%. You can do it.
I believe in you.
No, everybody can do this. But over every book that I've read about financial security and financial stability and financial wealth and all the rest of it, even Rich Dad, Poor Dad, even all of these books, every single one of them starts out with one major factor. You pay yourself first, 10%.
Gotcha.
At least.
It makes sense. I mean, it does. It makes sense.
Pay yourself as much as you can afford to pay yourself, but
Yes.
at least 10%.
Okay.
Because if you can't figure out a way to pay yourself 10%, you'll never figure out a way to save money. And then after you pay yourself 10%.
Yeah, but then what do you do with that 10%?
Well, you save it up until you get enough to where you can invest it. And then you have money making money for you.
Okay.
And then you don't have to spend time making money. Instead, you have money making money. And when money makes money, you don't have to worry about it. It's a funny thing about
when
that.
money makes money.
Pay yourself as investing? No. Well, yes and no. So you pay yourself as in put it into a savings account, get at least $1,000 in savings, and then take that and put it into some sort of investment. Look into your investments. Look into everything. Don't go to something that is that you don't have knowledge on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But make sure whatever you're looking into gives you at least 10 to 12%. Don't go below that, because if you do, you're gonna get caught by inflation on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People are all freaked out about 10 to 12%. That's too little. That's too much. But nobody gives that. Yes, they do. There are tons of different funds, tons of different things that do it. If you just go to some people and go to some investment people, they know. They know all about it. They know where it is. They know which funds to put into.
They will find it.
They just usually don't, because people are freaky about those things. And if the only ones you can find tell you no, then just go looking for yourself. It's not like you can't find the info.
Then they're not the one for you.
Yeah, then they're not the one for you. Go look for somebody that'll actually teach you.
Yeah, I'm the type that I'm once it's put down on paper.
Yeah,
the plan is there and blah blah. I can follow that.
That's exactly why
it's writing it out on the paper and understanding it. Without that, I can't.
That's why I'm writing it in a booklet.
Because I'm such an
idiot.
idiot.
Why I'm making a booklet out of it. Because if I don't write it down, nobody's gonna.
Because I'm a big.
You just heard it. That's the entire book. It's like 4 chapters, and there. I just said it. Okay,
it makes sense.
I said it. It's all out. But if I don't write it down, it make it easy to follow.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
I'm not saying you guys are stupid. I'm just saying that's not how it works.
Yeah, for me, it's I have to see it. I have to.
Yeah, you have to see it. You have
visually
to
look at it. I got to have a thing to go by.
You have to force yourself to do it the first couple times.
For me, I don't think I'd have to.
Yeah, you do.
I don't think so.
Because you'll forget.
But that's what I'm saying. If it's on paper and in front of my face, I'm not gonna forget it.
Right.
And that's what I'm talking
about. You need
about.
an alarm every time you get paid. Put in 10%. Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That's it. Anyway.
Authorities have arrested a 31-year-old married Miami area teacher who reportedly had sex with a 14-year-old on several occasions over the last 2 months.
Sorry, I wasn't laughing at the story.
Well, you might as well.
A Twitter popped through as well. It kind of correlates.
Does it really?
Dang it, Chris over there. When daddy dollars and mommy dollars really love each other.
B from the SAV, I went all in on Movie Pass. We'll be working until I die. Maybe a little past that for the overtime.
I'm sorry, bro. So sorry.
It happens.
Yeah, it does. Anyway.
We're all in learning curve.
So 31-year-old married Miami teacher.
I already said that, yeah. 31-year-old married Miami teacher was having sex with a 14-year-old on several occasions.
Oops.
Yeah, over the last 2 months.
Oops.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. A high school drama teacher.
Yes, she is.
From Hialeah Middle School. Middle School is accused of starting a relationship with a teenager in August.
Are you sure that's Hialeah and not hell yeah?
Oh, yeah. Student, according to the report, now goes to the area high school and is a former student of the accused.
Okay.
According to a police report, the unnamed victim's sister reportedly became suspicious of her brother's phone behavior and took his phone away. Only to see explicit texts and photos and purporting to be between the teen and the teacher.
See, this is why little sisters are ones you don't mess with.
Or any sister, for that matter.
Yeah, you don't mess with your sisters. That's all I'm saying.
The victim's sister then apparently turned over their phone to the parents. The child's father then discovered that the teacher reportedly sent his son photos of her pretty much in the buff.
Everything.
And found that the text messages between the two went into great detail about how much they had fun learning how to horizontally mambo.
Dancing.
Yeah.
In the street.
In between the sheets.
Well, it was in a car.
Well, yeah, I get that. But anyway, during an interview with police, the child victim reportedly told authorities that the teacher texted him in August telling him that she had quote unquote feelings for him. The relationship developed after that point, the teen recalled, according to the report, accumulated in multiple sex acts that reportedly took place in her car over a period of weeks. Authorities booked the teacher, former teacher, into a Miami-Dade jail on Monday on several felony charges, including lewd and lascivious battery, molestation, and engaging in sexual acts with a child. In a Monday night statement, the spokesperson for the Miami-Dade County Public Schools said that the former teacher worked as a teacher for 4 years, quote, without prior disciplinary history, quote, and was named Rookie Teacher of the Year in 2017.
That means absolutely nothing.
I don't understand why people do that. When somebody does something wrong, I get that they're going to try and say that's the school's way of saying we had no recollection of anything like this was happening or was going to happen or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they throw this stuff out there like, well, you know, no prior disciplinary history and you won awards. And just because people win awards and don't have prior issues don't mean they're not going to do something stupid.
Right.
It happens.
It does. People go stupid at every level. Dang it, Chris over there on the Twitter. So, no. Hey, would you rather have senpai? Oh, senpai.
Anyway. District also expressed its sadness and disappointment over the, quote, serious allegations, end quote. Quote, all employees receive training. And are expected to abide by the district's standard of ethical conduct policy.
Right.
You know, just because you get, quote, unquote, trained doesn't
ethical policy.
mean
No, it has nothing to do with it.
It's unfortunate that despite our efforts, the actions of some individuals run contrary to the behavior that is expected of them. As a result of this arrest, the MDCPS will begin a process of terminating her employment and prevent her from seeking future work with this district, end quote. Again, I would argue that this is something that the school doesn't need to be worried about, you know, well, we tried our best to tell them this. If you as an adult human being
right
can't figure out that you probably shouldn't be doing the do with a 14-year-old,
then you failed.
Then yeah, there's nothing this school you should know this. This is common sense. This is
the things and stuff.
And the stuff and things. And it's that simple. And it's not the school's responsibility. I understand them doing it to cover their tail, but if you as a human being have no qualms about it, no amount of training is going to change your mind.
It's not going to stop you.
You're not going to be sitting there through those one of those boring ass lectures through through that's done on the computer and suddenly go, oh my God.
I think I know
I should not have been having.
She was married, wasn't she?
I had probably.
Yeah, she was married.
She was married.
I saw she was married.
Yeah.
And she was 31.
Yeah.
I know what the problem is.
Postpartum?
No.
Midlife?
Nope. He started to stop having as much sex.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just he started to slow down a little bit.
They got comfortable.
Yeah.
And she didn't.
He slowed down a little bit. She didn't express that.
Yeah.
Like that discomfort, like, hey, what's going on?
And
her sex drive went into overdrive.
Still early.
It's still early, but it happens.
It's too early for that, I think.
Not really.
Yeah.
Some women have higher sex drives than you think. I'm just saying. I'm not giving her an excuse. I'm just that is a reasonable reason. There is no reasonable reason to have sex with a 14-year-old. I'm saying that is reasonable for that series of events to have occurred where she decided to have start looking to make a move to somebody.
Yeah.
And she just happened to find a 14-year-old boy that fit the bill.
Yeah, but that's not fair because let's be honest. 14-year-old boy, it's not exactly going to take a lot of swaying.
No.
At all.
No. There isn't a lot of plying happening there.
No.
No, not a lot of pressure at all.
Almost zero.
Yeah. Hi, do you want to? Yes.
You didn't even know what I was going to say.
Yes.
No, I absolutely.
I absolutely do. The answer is yes.
Absolutely, I do.
Yep. Oblivion flickering over there. Important legal question. Is the teacher hot?
No.
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 It's.
How dare you?
Hey.
Yeah.
I speak facts. I mean, for a 14-year-old kid, she was probably hot, but.
Yeah. Even then, she was basically like nerd in the back row hot.
No, I wouldn't even classify it as hot.
There wasn't a hot factor there. It was.
No, there's no attractiveness
It was
to me
nerd
at
in the
all.
back row sympathy, but.
Yeah, maybe.
Come on.
Maybe.
It was a sympathy run.
That's the lights are coming on in the bar and you need to kind of make a decision quick kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the last minute Coyote Ugly.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty close.
I'm there.
You were already pissed drunk anyway.
It beats going home alone.
I don't know this feeling, so.
Yeah. Lucky.
Yeah. Well,
I do.
I don't go get drunk at bars. And two,
I did.
I don't go look for women at bars.
I did.
Actually, I don't go look for women at all because I have one at the house.
I never could. I say I never could. I would go to the bar. I would go to a bar, to a club with intentions of trying to do that because
you didn't have a wingman.
I'd psych myself up. No, there was a couple times I even had wingmen.
Oh gosh.
And it was the time.
You needed a wing woman.
And probably. No, at that point I'm like, well, why not you fit the bill? No, it was I would go to the bar or go to the club and
She'd look at you and say no.
I'd stand up against the wall and I would just look at people and go, wow, that would be nice. I should go talk to him.
Never moved.
Somebody's got to hold the wall up. And I never, yeah. I'd be the only sober person there at the bar closed and nothing.
See, you didn't get the liquid courage.
No, I did. That would be the problem. I would try drinking and it never worked. I never had enough courage for it.
That's makes a lot of sense.
It does.
The LA officials said that that an effort to clear out the city parks from the homeless camps is being complicated.
Okay.
By MS-13, who considers the park their territory.
So, MS-13, the
gang of illegal migrants.
Yeah, who by the way are a step under a cartel.
No, they basically are nowadays.
Well, I'm saying it.
Yeah, they're
not
like
classified it, but
they're
they're
a step below.
up.
Yeah.
They're not quite
They
cartel
do carry,
level, but
they do carry drugs. They do carry out murders. They're
and
just
vicious ones too.
They're just not quite as organized.
Yeah, maybe that's it. But so they're protecting homeless people?
Apparently so. Yeah, officials are closing MacArthur Park in hopes of driving out the homeless and renovating the 35-acre recreation area, but the vicious gang is getting in the way of their outreach to homeless people, according to the report from the LA Times. Yeah, the gangs regularly terrorize residents near the park and has targeted transgender people and LGBTQ members for threats and intimidation.
No.
Yes. In March, the 19-year-old MS-13 gang member was charged with violently assaulting a transgender person while yelling derogatory insults, mainly because that person probably tried to hit on the transgender and didn't realize that that was a guy. In 2019, an MS-13 gang member was charged with 3 counts of attempted murder.
Wow.
Over attacking a transgender person, probably the same issue. Because in LA, you can get a lot of good plastic surgery.
Yeah, you can.
Just saying. Officials plan to close the park on October 15th and reopen it in January. The park falls within the district of city council member Jill Cedillo. Cedillo.
Okay.
Who is overseeing the efforts, but has promised to avoid the missteps of other park closures in LA.
And done so well so far.
Yeah, right. Quote, "We've tried
and failed
to learn from our experiences of our colleagues in Echo Park in Venice, and from the city collectively as we figure out how to go forward."
There's no going forward.
No, there's not.
The only way you're going to get MS-13 out of there, honestly, you're going to have to bring in probably the military,
most likely,
or at least the National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to get. I mean, you might get SWAT and local police, the PT to do something, but it's going to be borderline a war.
Right. Yeah. Jose Rodriguez told the LA Times that the presence of the MS-13 gang was interfering with their outreach efforts to place homeless people in temporary housing while the renovations are implemented.
Okay.
Rodriguez said that the homeless people would have been housed in hotels and motels in the mid-downtown area, but 160 people would have been relocated from the park.
Okay.
The project is expected to cost $1.5 million.
Oh, that's a drop in the bucket for LA.
Yeah, the park was established in 1886 as Westlake Park and was later renamed to honor World War II hero General Douglas MacArthur, 1942.
Yeah, and now it's MS-13.
Now it's MS-13's park.
Now it's called SA Park.
Yo, ese!
Ese! ¿Cómo está? Okay.
Mío!
I mean, once they're in, they're in. You're not going to be able to just get them out.
It's going to be kind of hard.
Just a tad.
Take them out.
This is fun.
Oh, gosh, we got like 2 minutes.
Do you want to save it? Because I feel like in order to do it properly, we
need a segment.
We need this.
Yeah.
Let's hold it for tomorrow.
We're going to hold these two. And then we're just going to kick this over.
Okay.
We're going to do this one.
A Swedish artist who drew a sketch of Muhammad with a dog's body, and which then obviously had got a bounty placed on his head by Al-Qaeda, lived for 4 years under police protection.
Oh, wow.
He was killed in a car crash on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Lars Vilks, 75. And 2 police bodyguards died. The police bodyguards died in a head-on collision with a truck.
I see no problems here.
Good, because they don't either. Karina Persons, the police chief for Southern Sweden, said all 3 died on the spot.
Duh.
And that the 45-year-old truck driver was flown to a hospital with serious injuries.
Okay.
Person said that one of the bodyguards was driving the car that had left Stockholm, then veered into the path of the truck. Adding that both vehicles...
One of the bodyguards was driving?
Yeah. Well, he's 75. It's
Not the
sweet.
body. Yeah, but still, the bodyguard was driving.
Well, yeah. it's
And the
ma-
bodyguard somehow swerved?
Yeah, it's weird.
Just randomly swerved.
It's weird.
The bodyguard
Uh-huh.
just swerved.
The site of the crash near Markyard, the outlet said, it was about 5 hours southwest of Stockholm. Quote, there is nothing else for now that indicates that it was anything else but a traffic accident. End quote. That according to person said at the news conference.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So bodyguard. Been protecting this guy for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
And,
2 years. 2
question is, four.
Four, yeah.
And the question is was it the same ones for 4 years?
Right. Did they swap him out?
Yeah.
Was this guy just a suicide run? Or was he drugged?
I don't know.
The young Frankenslug over there on the Twitters.
Maria, porque?
We can do that for hours. I'm
I
just
know,
saying.
and it drives everyone nuts. But instead, go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com for historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth. World's going to hell, and it's a crazy place, but at least you can have an amazing cup of coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That is AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Go to themojo50.com. That's where you can find all the Mojo 50 radio hosts, as well as their schedules and everything else, and some gear. You can also find everybody on the iHeartRadio app when you hit the Mojo 50 radio button to get 24/7 free speech talk.
Go to our website, doaeshow.com. That is doaeshow.com. Check out the archives, become a defender with us, all the other cool jazz over there. doaeshow.com. That's doaeshow.com. Follow us on all the social medias, like, share, subscribe, give it to your friends. All of them at DOAE Show. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah.
For another fun, whimsical time.
I'll tell you what, we got a good story then.
Oh, you're gonna love it. Bye, y'all.